this is the concern that I have. I mean, look, I'll nail my colours to the mast. I do it almost every day. You know, I do quite like Boris Johnson. He's a flawed chap. We've all got flaws, don't get me wrong, but I do quite like the guy. But, you know, there isn't really an opposition as far as I can see at the minute.
Well, he undoubtedly has, and I say this as somebody who supports another party, but he's undoubtedly got a lot of political skill. He's a very good communicator, and the reason he's still there is, as you pointed out earlier, is because there's no obvious alternative within his own party. It's interesting, a few days ago, Dominic Cummings, who has been out trying to damage him very badly in revenge for what happened 18 months ago, has been out there saying that some of the alternatives are even worse. So, you know, he's to some extent protected by the lack of internal alternatives. The opposition parties are, you know, doing well, but as you rightly say, this is mid-term. They've got to consolidate their position. There are a lot of policies around, but they've got to create a vision to excite people, and we so far haven't quite got that. But if you're an opposition politician at the moment, I think you'll be quite pleased. And I hear the phrase, save Boris, sink the Tories. And I suspect that has a ring of truth in it.
Yeah, and I just wondered what your view was on what the Lib Dems need to do now, because as you say, there is perhaps a chance now for the Lib Dems to take votes away from the Conservatives in case it is already happening in some instances. But, you know, the Lib Dems aren't really a household name anymore, are they? It's not really clear what they necessarily stand for on a national platform. What should they now be doing to maybe get people voting for them?
Well, we had a series of very bad election results after the coalition, 2015, 17, then 2019 again. We had been rebuilding the local government base. When I was leader, we made significant advances in those and in European elections. And under Ed Davey, we're now doing significantly better. I mean, there is a fundamental problem under the first-past-the-post voting system of breaking through. And that was true even in the glory days of Charles Kennedy. We got up to 64 MPs, but we had almost a quarter of the national vote. So it's difficult for us to win large numbers of seats. And I think what Ed Davey is doing at the moment is absolutely right, which is targeting a significant number of seats where the Conservatives are the opposition, and which are winnable. We may be talking about 20-odd seats. And if we return in the next Parliament with double, treble the number of MPs, we will be in an influential position. I don't think realistically we're expected to win the election, but with the Labour Party also doing well, there is a real possibility of a change of government and the opportunity to reform the voting system as well as improve the governance of the country.